All right, so it is January 6th. We are doing our monthly focus meeting. So we are going to just go right to the PowerPoint, unless anyone has a burning question first, or something like what I just talked about before we started the recording, little glitchy weird things. Or all right, I'm going to do a share screen. Let's hope I am quicker at it than I am sometimes. Okay. PowerPoint, check it out. Maybe. Yeah, can you guys all see it?
Yep.
Okay, so here we go. Team meeting. Why is it not letting me go? Do I have to just hit that? Okay. All right, so January, new year, better you. And we all know this. I've even been at the gym this week, which is just so funny because, you know, everybody goes to the gym, has all these resolutions. So 60% of the people make the resolutions, eat better, change jobs, try something new, but only 8% of them stick with their goals. So same thing in our businesses. Let's hope we are in that 8%, or we make that 8% grow. Our products, recipes, and business opportunity can help customers achieve their better for you goals in January and beyond. This one kind of makes me sad, but I am totally at fault along with any of the rest of our team. I don't know if it's a fault. We took some time off, but we brought in no new people in December, which is kind of a bummer after we've been having, you know, at least one or two here or there every month and so forth. But I know I kind of took 2 weeks totally off as far as getting on the computer and doing anything. So anybody else kind of take some time off? And okay, so let's hope this particular screen has more activity on it when I make the thing next month. I told Emily earlier, it took me a lot less time to do the PowerPoint this time, and I think it's because I didn't have to hunt for all the pictures of people to put in to welcome them, but I really don't mind doing it. So if we can get more people to join us, that would be awesome. So just to run down real quick before we go into the PowerPoint, and I'll do recognition at the end. These are great numbers for December, because, you know, December can be that month where some teams struggle to even, you know, meet qualifications. So our group was over 12.6. Kathy's group was over almost to 19,000. And Emily's group was at 5342. So it's awesome for a new team and in December. So, and I wanted to point out here, Kathy's team, the Cantrell team, did welcome 4 members, and 2 of those were Kathy's personal recruits. So yay, Kathy, for keeping the things going. These are some dates to mark in your calendar. So the Cruise to Success calls, Becky did the kickoff last night. The link to watch that is in our team page, the Abbott P-Chef team. And then you're committing to all 4 Tuesdays in January at 8:45. And hey, that's Zach. Zach, I didn't see him quickly enough to tell, but I assume that must be who that was.
Yeah.
So, but if you would like to join those calls on Tuesday nights, let me know. I add you to the group, and then Becky will put you in. I have to let her know. She does not post the recordings in the group. She requires that if you miss it, you get with me, and then I share the recording with you. She wants us to be kind of in communication as the month goes on. And of course, she's going to be focusing on the fast track kind of stuff, the 4 calls about having contacts, getting bookings, the whole thing of trying to work toward directorship. Because basically, if you want to earn the trip, that's the quickest and easiest way to do it, is to grow a team as well at the same time. So first and third Mondays are our calls. And then I put down some dates for recipe times. And I basically just did the fourth, or the last, most of the time, the last Saturday of the month. And I am open to changing them if we need to, because it's just a handful of us that live close enough. But I just put those down, and I figure closer to the date each month, we'll find out who's available, and then we can decide, what we're making.
I can let you know right now that I'm out of town the last weekend in January.
Oh, okay.
So if you keep that date, I cannot come.
Okay. And I've got something on the 18th. No, wait a minute. I'm looking at the wrong month. Never mind. Let's see. Okay, I might be able to switch it to the 18th. So, Deb, if you could just kind of be my helper here and maybe send me a text to
Sure.
remind me, I'm going to to just put out a little, I'll call and post and just say, does anybody have a preference? Who could do the 18th, who could do the 25th, and we'll see. Or we could just switch it to the 18th too. So, but give me a reminder.
Yes, I'll send you a text after the meeting.
Okay. And then the spring launch, February 3rd. And as of last night, when I put that date on there, I was ready to tell you all that I don't think there was going to be a big meeting this time. And we would just have a meeting watching it together because the home office will be doing a big, exciting launch from the home office live where we get to see the new products being unveiled. But Emily and I were on a messenger group, and Becky let us all know that the ISHE organization was in the top 10 of the country, which means they are sending out a home office representative to be at our spring launch meeting. So Becky was like, can we make a meeting this quickly? So she's looking for a place that is available to have it. So I will get details to you. They are playing with either 6:30 or 7. My guess is it will be either Westchester, Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, somewhere in that area. So if you're able to make it to that, it will probably basically take the place of our call that night. And then maybe I'll just do a call the next day, or I might just jump onto Kathy's and invite everybody to jump onto Kathy's as well, because she'll just probably run this PowerPoint on hers, and we may just kind of do a bigger team meeting with her. So, but anyway, that just happened when I didn't have time to change the slide. So mark that evening though on your calendar, Monday, February 3rd. The next extended team time, Kathy's doing this quarterly, and it's her thing, but I'm kind of helping her with it a little bit. It's mostly her completely, but I'm kind of there for the moral support and so forth. But our team is invited, and it was a really great time this past Saturday. So mark April 11th. That's when the next one is. And if you can make it, it's from 10 to 3. She has a friend that has a restaurant, but it's closed on Saturdays. And we had the whole little area, seating area, and it was really cool. It was a really good facility to have something in. She gets it free. So $10, and that just basically covers the materials and lunch for the time that we're there. All right, and then National Conference, don't forget, July 8th through 10th. We're going to get to the information later, but this would be a great month to earn extra Pampered Chef dollars, and you can use those Pampered Chef dollars to pay for your conference registration. So we will get to that shortly. Any questions so far? Okay, home office news. If you can make a point, I hope you all look at the STIR every week anyway. But Emily, were you on the call this morning? Were you on the director call? And the girl was reading an excerpt from Doris on this call that we were in, and she was getting all choked up and teary-eyed reading Doris's thing. And I think Doris is actually going to be either live in the STIR or have a video or something in the STIR. So be sure and watch it. This is the 40th year anniversary this year. It's not till October, but they're going to celebrate it all year long. So be sure if you've never watched a STIR before, watch this one, and then maybe you'll get in the habit of watching it anyway. So anyway, exciting. I can remember having the 20th year and then the 25th and 30th. So it's kind of crazy that we're already at the 40th. That's insane. So, all right. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but the Enrichables, perfect time of year, you all, right, to be offering Enrichables. I mean, everyone is trying to eat better. Everyone's trying to be more healthy. What a perfect time to bring these up. So I even made sure I put a post in my new template for the virtual shows. And I think I might even not go live, but maybe do a video and post that in there too, because this is the perfect time of year that people might want to try it. So, but every new consultant is going to get a sample packet in their kit. So I think that's pretty cool, because I think a lot of people just aren't sure what it is. It's not in the catalog. So I think that's kind of exciting. And just to review and go over this every month, the 4 4-in-1 goal for every 4 parties, add a new person. And honestly, you guys, we aren't far off of that. I think we pretty much do that when it comes to, number of shows that we do. Because if you're doing 1 show a month, and that's, once every 4 months that you would bring someone new in. We're going to talk later a little bit. We've already gone over it too, though. If you want to earn a trip, obviously you're going to want to do more shows, which means that if you follow this, you'll be adding more people. So I can hear someone's TV. Is that distracting to anybody? Because it's not really bothering me. I'm used to talking over things, but does anybody know where that's coming from? Because I don't want to mute you guys because I want you to be able to talk while we're in here. Okay. All right. Did anyone see my post or a comment, I think in the post maybe, and actually go look up this sheet? Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I just tapped twice. Did anyone do that? Did anyone even see to look for it? I was posting so many things last night, but if you go to Dash and you type in SMART goals, this goal sheet will come up that you see over there on the right. And it's just a real helpful sheet on how to set goals so that you can measure them, so that you can know if you're on track for getting them. And the SMART isn't an acronym for, I can't see it without my glasses, but specific. The M is manageable. Can anybody see that? A is, I don't know. Yeah, I looked at it last night. Can anybody read the little sheet that's there? You guys have better eyes than I do. Anyway, it's kind of a teaching tool. So pull it up, and if you go to SMART goals in the search bar in Dash, the training for setting goals, and it's like 3 minutes. It's just a short little training, and then this handout will come up. And I really, really, really encourage everyone to go. And if you want to use just a notebook, piece of paper, and write down your goals, that's okay too. But you need to have a goal, or how do you know if you're working toward what you want to be working toward? And I am going to post, I thought about doing it yesterday when I was on a roll, but I bombarded you with so much that I'm going to do it here in the next few days. But I want to set up one-on-one calls with everyone. And I thought I'd go through and just give some times that I'm available, and everybody can just say, hey, I can talk then. And I would just love to have like a 15 to 20 minute little chat with each person. I want to offer it. You don't have to do it, but I want to offer that, because sometimes setting a goal is easier if you're talking back and forth with someone. Like, are you wanting during the trip? Are you wanting to be a director? If you're wanting to be a director, when do you want to be a director by? So if you would like one of those one-on-ones, then watch for the post and you can reply to that. Or you can always call me anytime and just say, hey, I need to have a chat and I want to go over some goals. If you say it out loud to me, or it can be someone else too, but if you say it out loud, it kind of makes it seem more real, and you're more likely to work toward it. So anyway, any questions about that? Has anyone on the call already written down any goals for the year? Nope. Emily, you've written down some? Awesome. Mm-hmm. Do you want to share them? You don't have to. I put you on the spot. I didn't tell her.
Yeah, sure. I just wrote, well, my kind of like a monthly goal is to do at least 8 parties a month and try to get 2 new recruits each month. So
that's kind of the key formula to success that has been a part of Pampered Chef since I started 27 years ago. That's kind of like that secret recipe for success. If you really strive for the 8 a month and 2 new recruits, so many great things will happen. Those of you who were around me last year probably can't believe I'm doing it again, but I joined the lead team again, the one where you have to do the accountability. But we saw what it did last year for our team. We just exploded by me just kind of being on the ball and trying to, have some goals. And that is the requirement to be in lead, is 8 shows a month and 2 recruits every month. And then you get passes, and if you don't get that, they kick you out. So I'm in the program, so those are my goals too, Emily, that are out there first. And then really, my main goal is always achieving the trip, because if you achieve the trip, you typically are doing all those things, because those the goals that put you in place to get the points you need for the trip. So does anyone else want to share something maybe that's been in your brain, even if you haven't written it down, that you have for a goal for this year? And you don't have to, but is anybody? Okay. If you do and want to share it, we would love to hear it. All right. As always, this is funny. 3 key areas for a successful January. Have you guys noticed that in all of these PowerPoints we do, the 3 key areas for whatever month it is are always booking, selling, recruiting? Did you guys catch on to that already? Because, basically that's the business. You got to book the shows, you got to go do the shows and do the selling, and then you want to bring in people and then repeat. So we'll go through that. All right, booking. We still have time, the 1st through the 15th, and that has to be held and submitted by the 15th. Your host will get a free close and cut. And then, of course, double free stuff if the show hits 500 or 650. And then I think this is pretty cool too, the New Year Better Party theme. Check that out. And if you need some ideas for your template, it's a nice little show format that you can do too. So, and then if the show doesn't hit 650, but it still hits at least 200, those are 5 really, really nice products that they can get for 60% off. So, all right. So, how does everybody's January calendar look? Does anyone have all the shows booked that they want already? I don't. I'm not putting my hand up. Okay. Raise your hand if you definitely need more in your calendar. Okay. And that's totally, completely normal for this time of year. Back in November and December, I hope you remember me saying, try as hard as you can to get your January booked now, because people aren't going to want to talk about it once, the second half of December gets here. Well, sometimes as hard as we can try, you still just can't get everybody to commit. But it's definitely not too late. It's only the 6th. So, does anybody have, let's see, Emily, I think I was going to have you share. You just got 2 bookings, one yesterday, one today, right?
Yep, and I actually just got another message from somebody else who I messaged like last week, and she said, "Hey, sure." So,
wow. Well, that's kind of unusual. I mean, that's a cool thing when they remember a week later, because I feel like if they don't look at it right then, they sometimes forget to get back. Awesome. So tell us the words. Like, what words did you use?
Let me just pull up what I've been sending. I sent a little message to my team last week, and I'll just read that real quick, and then I can also post it to the group when we're done. But I just said, this is like what I sent out. I said, "Hey there, I hope you and your family enjoyed the holidays. Now that the hustle and bustle is winding down, I was wondering if I could do a virtual Pampered Chef party for you. It's super easy, all online right here on Facebook. With the New Year's resolutions in full swing, I'm offering a fast and fresh weeknight meal party theme beginning next week. I'll be sharing healthy recipes, meal planning tips, and tricks for getting fast and fresh meals on your table. What do you think? Can I put you down for one of my spots?" So I got a couple bookings from that message, and then you had posted something in the Abbott Pampered Chef page.
That's what I'm looking for. If you look for the Snowball Blitz, did I already pass it? There it is. Nope. My gosh. Did you guys all see it? I hope.
I saw it, but it was a
There it
while ago.
There it is. So,
yeah, it was in the comments.
yeah. So keep this in mind. It's, now is the time to be booking. It's the beginning of January. This was probably the first day back to work for a lot of people. The first day that they felt normal again. There's whatever normal is. So yes, like Emily said, I put some words. It's a second comment.
Yeah.
So there are words, and those are almost the same words that Elizabeth and I got back in March a year ago. I don't know if you can remember them, Elizabeth, but I have not changed them much because when I did change them, I really didn't get that great of results. I have just kept the words almost exactly the same as they were back when we learned those, and they're fairly short and sweet, and people do reply. I don't know. And I think ending it in a question
Mhm.
is a good thing. So keep this in mind, the Snowball Booking Blitz up through next Sunday. Every time you get a booking, post a GIF. See, here's what I mean about the GIFs coming out to be like, you have to actually click on the link in order to get the GIF to show the actual
Movement.
and stuff. Yeah. But anyway, if you get a booking, post a GIF. I'm going to keep track of that on a piece of paper. When we have 25, I'll draw for 2 gift cards. And the deadline is by this coming Sunday. So you've got plenty of time, but get on it now. And that way, if you're trying to get bookings, you're probably going to want to get them by Thursday or Friday so that you can get them all set up and start their show on Monday or something. So anyway, so I wanted to point that out. And Emily, thanks for sharing. And how many contacts do you think you sent out, would you say?
Since I started, because I, like you, like most of us, I took like 2 weeks off. I really did not do anything over Christmas. So I think it was like last Wednesday or Thursday was the first time I sat down and like just started sending out messages. And I bet since then I've probably sent out 50 to 60. I kind of just do it whenever I'm sitting on the couch. I just hit copy and paste and I just see who's online and I just send out messages. Most of the time I don't get a response, but I got 3, so that's better than nothing. So it sounds like a crazy amount to send out that many messages, but I feel like the more messages you send out, the more bookings you'll eventually get.
And most of them ignore you, right?
Oh yeah.
Almost all. So that's basically 1 out of 20 that she got. So if you've sent out a ton and you're discouraged, please don't be discouraged. Love Carpenter. Elizabeth, you were at this when Love shared, I told Emily, like 161. Does that sound right? She shared some crazy number, and for some reason, 161 jumped out. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was, and then this is a national executive director who we all just assume, has bookings whenever she snaps her fingers. And she said, she sent out 160 messages. And to get, I think it was like maybe 8 or 12 on her counter. Maybe it was 16. She might have wanted 4 a week for a whole month or something. So, I mean, but still, she sent out a ton before she got the amounts that she wanted. So, so I hope you will set aside some time in the next day or two, definitely by Sunday, and really just start sending those messages out until you get the calendar the way you want it. All right, here are a few more ideas. I'm going to keep a watch on the time here. Oh, golly. Okay, so we are going to just go through. This is a booking ideas, I guess you would say. So, you guys hear it? These are some additional suggestions.
Now that we are into the new year and earning the new incentive trip, let's keep booking January and start the year off strong. Something that I really like to do all year round, but especially this time of year, is focus on fundraisers, right? Spring sports are right around the corner. Who do you know that plays baseball, lacrosse, and other spring sports? Or maybe people going on mission trips coming spring and summer. These are some of the people that you can focus on to help them raise funds for whatever they are raising for, whether it be the sport or a pilgrimage or anything like that. I know recently I was at a church painting party, and I made sure that I reached out to the person that was in charge of it. And I mentioned to her that Pampered Chef offers fundraisers, and would she be interested in hosting one of our fundraising programs to raise some more funds? And she wasn't so sure about it, and she wasn't sure that the priest in the church would be interested as well. But I told her that the mission of Pampered Chef was to bring families back to the table and enriching lives one meal and one memory at a time. And when I shared those words with her, she was like, oh my goodness, I think Father's gonna like that. And sure enough, he was. And the few little kids that were in this group, they raised over $3,000. So it's a great way to add some more bookings to your calendar by offering fundraising programs. Another thing this time of year, you're going to see on Facebook a lot of people offering challenges, right? So why don't you start a group of challenges for men and women that want to be held accountable to get healthy this new year, right? We have a lot of products in our line that you can share. We do salad in the jar and show them how they can prep lunch for the entire week. Or maybe you could show them the deluxe cooking blender and how to make some healthy soups that are quick and easy for the week. Or you could show them the spiralizer and do zoodles. So we have a lot of products. Put some people in a challenge group, show them some recipes, show them some tips, and show them the products that we have, and do a challenge party. I know I was talking to my friend Tammy Hunter, and we were talking about the Enrichables and what we can do to really promote the Enrichables. We have so many recipes that we can throw Enrichables in, and they don't even have to be Pampered Chef recipes. So who do you know that are health conscious? Who do you know that have picky eaters? We have ways that we can show our products and recipes using the Enrichables. I know I met a group of women that were talking about their picky eaters, and one mother said her child only eats mac and cheese and sweets. So what do? You teach her how to put Enrichables in the mac and cheese, how to put Enrichables in smoothies, how to put the Enrichables in brownies, right? So get a group of moms together and share the Enrichables, and maybe do a subscription party. Maybe have a mom or a health conscious person hold a subscription party where you're going to show them how to use the Enrichables and use our products at the same time. And maybe you can even reward your host for every subscription that she gets for you. And I know this time of year, we in Western PA get a lot of nasty weather. So maybe if you're in an area where you have a live party going on and all of a sudden a big snowstorm comes in, you don't want to lose that party. Now today with the virtual parties, you can turn it into a snow day, right? So you can do a virtual online party and not have to worry about the snow day anymore. So just say, oh, you know what? I know the weather out there is not nice. Why don't we just get your friends together? We can do a 1 hour online virtual party. You could also do a Zoom call with them and you can save that booking. Another thing you can do this time of year is visit health clubs, you know, Weight Watchers, health clubs. Maybe set up a table and show them the Enrichables once again, because this is a great product that we can show to get people to get the fiber and protein into their diet that they may not be getting otherwise. And you know, this time of year, everybody wants to get out of the house. Everybody has cabin fever, right? So why don't you hold a cabin fever party? Or maybe a wine, cheese, and chocolate. Let's do a wine night out, right? Everybody likes wine. Well, I don't, but most people do. You know, it could be a hot cocoa party, something fun and entertaining just to get people out of the house. So I hope those ideas were helpful. Let's keep booking January. Let's start off the new year strong. Good luck, everybody.
All right. Did anybody hear anything that they would try? Just curious, because a lot of that was live stuff, right?
I think pulling more of a focus on Enrichables, doing like a subscription party, that sounds like something I could definitely get
Right.
into and pull off.
And I was thinking that could even be a 1 hour virtual if you didn't.
Oh yeah.
And just kind of have a chat and a live thing, you on there live and them asking questions, and you can just read their questions as they come in. And gosh, I wonder if I can get brave enough to do. Actually, I know I'll get brave enough to do it if I'm in this lead and I have 7 shows and I need 1 more. I'm sure I'll be doing that.
Yep.
Anything to get that 8th show in. But yeah, the Enrichables, what a great time of year. So I'm just kind of excited about that one. And I have done the idea that she said of the health. It was, what's that place called? I don't even know if they have them anymore, where you would go in and you'd go to each machine. And Curves, is that what it was called?
Yeah.
I did a thing at a Curves one time where I just had a table set up and I showed healthy, like products that you could use to make healthy foods. And I know we're going to talk about it here in a minute on the screen. We have lots of products you can talk about you doing healthy snacks with and stuff. So, if you want to step out of your comfort zone and kind of, have some live communication with people, that's another option too. So
Planet Fitness just opened in Wilmington. I might try to go in there and see.
And just have your Enrichable, just have a couple packets you know, I mean, people who sell Advocare do it, people who say, you know, I mean, it's just another product, but it's so easy because you just, you know, dump the powder into a recipe and stir. You don't have to keep up with so much each day, you know, you use it as you can or whatever. So yeah, so give it some thought. If you're wanting to have all this happen, step out of your comfort zone. Uh-oh, we lost Valerie. Wonder, we'll have to check and find out if everything's okay. Okay, selling tips. All right, so 3 ways to increase sales: enrichables, feature collections, and the guest offer. So we are not going to watch this, although I love Debbie Kimball tremendously, but this is in the Stir, and she talks about a lot of the same things that the last person did. And just for time's sake, I'm so sorry, Debbie, I feel bad, but I'm just going to skip that one because it's a little bit repetitive. So if you want some more motivation for enrichables, go back and listen to this. It's in the Stir, and you'll see Debbie's picture. I wanted to get to this page. We do have some cool stuff, some healthy, like the healthy snacks thing, making your own granola bars, making your own snack bars, the salad thing, the grilling for the game day. That's not the healthy thing. But I like how they put the pages that are on there for us. I mean, I guess I could have found them myself. I wouldn't have taken the time to do them. I have a post in my show, in my template, that tells people, I say something, I'm checking to see who's listening. And then I say, go to pages 8 through 10. Pages 8 through 10 are those pages in the catalog that show the different meals. There's like Monday, or, you know, 7 meals. And I say, read those pages and then come back and tell me which recipe you think you would like the most, or something like that. You get so many entries for doing it. And I only have 2 or 3 who do it each time, but I thought this would be a great thing too. You know, just, hey, check out the Smart Snacking Solutions on page 28 and 29, report back to me and tell me which product you're most fascinated with, or something like that. But it gets people looking into the virtual catalog. So I just thought that was cool that they pointed those out for us to use. Don't forget that the prep mats are free this month with an order of 80 or more. And be sure and kind of tell the value with those knife skills on there and the portions and stuff. Those are kind of like, yeah, they're great cutting mats, but they also have some pretty cool stuff for teaching for people as well. So what's in it for us? Let's all try to hit the 750 and get the anniversary tumbler. Sip, sip, hooray. Kind of corny, but I guess that's kind of fun. So, and it looks pretty cool too. I like the white. So, all righty. Recruiting. Did you guys see this? It says limited edition just for the month of January. It's not taking the place of one of the other kits. This is an additional. So they have 4 choices, but this gives them the chance to get a blender basically for $129. So I say, put out something in your page. Hey, has anyone been interested in the blender? You know, reply back to me and let me tell you how you can get it for, you know, a third of the price or whatever. So it's not quite a third, but almost. So, all right. I think I am going to watch this one. I know it's going to rush us a little bit at the end, and I'm sorry, Emily, you can turn The Bachelor on and put it on mute and watch it while the call's going on if you need to. So I've got mine on over here too on mute. So no, I'm just kidding. Okay, but this gal, some of you have listened to her before if you've done the Fast Track with Becky. I just think she's great to listen to always. She's just so positive. So anyway, here we go. She's got great ideas for recruiting. Have you guys all heard her before? Becca Yawn? Okay, cool. She's pretty good.
Hey guys, wanted to come on and share with y'all why and how we're going to be recruiting rock stars in January. Think about, who do we need to reach out to? Who does this apply to? So I want you guys to think about stay-at-home moms. I want you to think about working moms. I want you to think about teachers, coworkers, friends, neighbors. Think about people in your church community, past hosts, and your VIP customers. All right, all of these people need help. They need these products in their homes to make cooking more accessible, and they could use that extra fun money And our role is to extend the hand and offer this opportunity to people. That way they can have that perk and benefit just the same way that we do. So let's talk about the words to say when you're reaching out to these people. The biggest thing is to be authentic, be genuine, and be you. So this is going to sound different for all of you with wherever you're at in your life. If you're trying a new healthy lifestyle, you can share that with people. Whatever your story is, you want to share that with whoever you're talking with. So how are you going to get this word out? All right. Make sure at your in-person parties, you're using these word choices. You're asking these questions. You're presenting these examples of the healthy lifestyle failing. You're presenting these examples and you're showing how we can offer the solutions for those. In your online parties with the new Block Party world, it's so easy to go live to a lot of people. So go live and share, where are you at and how has Pampered Chef blessed your life recently? And be authentic and then offer and say, hey, honestly, this is how it has helped my life and how it's been such a huge blessing. And this can also help your life as well. So how are you going to share these kids with these people? So when you present the opportunity, you talk about it with these people we've talked about, you've overcome their objections. Now you're going to come in and say, okay, so now that you're kind of thinking about this, these are the different kit options that we have to start out your business. I have to say that our limited edition deluxe cooking blender kit is an amazing option, especially because it's only for right now and it's the perfect time to get that blender in your house to be eating healthy. And I promise when you use that blender at your super deep discounted price, you're going to want to share that with all of your friends and family. So just to kind of conclude, when you're recruiting, don't be afraid of the no. You have to remove your fear of recruiting. If you're afraid of recruiting, you're probably making it about you and about how you benefit from it. So if that's you, you need to switch your mindset. It is not about you. It is about you extending the hand and offering this huge blessing of a Pampered Chef business to someone else, and it could change their life. So think about them, not about you. Use those words, reach out to all these people. Don't be afraid. You're going to build your team this January.
Okay, I just like the way she sounds so positive. It makes it just like, yes, I want to do this. I was going to say, we've talked about this before, but when you're reaching out to people, you might want to reach out first about the opportunity. And then if they say no, then you can give them those words about the show. Because if they've already told you no about the opportunity, they probably are likely to do a show. And I think sometimes the reason we don't recruit is we're just not asking. Because I usually just go for shows rather than going for recruits. So keep that in mind and maybe just come up with some words. If I come up with some, I can share them too. I'm going to try to do this myself, but just start just asking people. New year, people are looking for ways for money. They got probably Christmas bills to pay off. So, all right. Did you notice that if you recruit in January, we always get 50 PC dollars when our new recruit qualifies in their first 30 days. But in January, we're also going to get an extra $50. So $100. Does anybody have conference ringing in the back of their mind right now? I mean, recruit 2 or 3 people and that can pay for everything for conference. So think about that. That would just be an awesome way to have conference paid for. So keep that in mind. All right. I'm going to move on. I almost took that slide out. So if you didn't have time to read it, it's okay. It was share a story. We did it last time, so never mind. All right. So don't forget, we have all kinds of help for everyone. Here's, I have never looked at these flyers. Have you guys found those before? So, I mean, I think I've seen one of them, but I don't know that have seen that one on the right over there as it is, but those are flyers or PDFs that you can share with people, and you might want to go back and look at them yourself, but you know, what awesome rewards and benefits we have to offer. The new program is just great. It's like every time they turn around, something new is showing up on their doorstep if they, start out and do shows. So don't forget that just in general, when you recruit, you get the things on the screen there. And the next slide, the trip. And I just want to really, really, really plead with you guys to set that as a goal. I'm serious. If it's early, no one's behind yet. You don't have catch up to play with, and you've got 5 ways to earn it. Emily, just briefly, I know I told you, just share your thoughts because you just earned a trip. And this time last year, I don't even think it was on your radar, right?
Yeah, and I shared a little bit last time too, so sorry if it's repetitive, but I just remember when you had shared the video about earning Disney, I just kept thinking that just kind of seems too impossible, like earning 60,000 points. That seems like more for like directors and above. Like I was only like 2 months into even selling PC, and I just kind of thought, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna get that trip. But then after you and I sat down and we took that big scary point number and broke it down into just like monthly goals, it had me realize, okay, this is kind of doable. And then, and I think back then I think I tried to average like 5 or 6 virtual shows a month. Like now I'm going to try to up that and do a little bit more. But last year I was just trying to do 5 or 6 a month and then reaching out to, a couple people from each party to see if we could recruit. And like I said, you just kind of take that big, scary 60,000 points and you break it down into doable tasks. And all of a sudden, I really did start seeing those points add up. And then before I knew it, I was like only a few thousand points away from Disney. So I just wanted to share because I remember watching the video for Disney and just thinking there's no way I can do that. But over time, it does happen as long as you're just consistent with booking and recruiting.
Yeah, consistent. I was hoping you were going to say that word because it is just sticking to it. And if you fall behind a little bit, just pick up a little bit the next month. But and there are people who earn it in 3 or 4 months, but don't be one of those people. You've got all 12 right now, so start on it and make it a goal. And if you are ready to do it, I will stay on you if you tell me to. And we'll just I'll bug you and say, wait, you're not, you're behind, you need to catch up or whatever, but I need permission from you to do that. I'm not going to bug everybody unless they call me if they want to. All right. And don't forget Excellence Awards for our top performers in the company. And here's our recognition. And did you see, I got the confetti. Do you want me to go back and that again? Maybe. So watch. Yay! The confetti came up. So what a great December. So Lori was our top salesperson again. Allison, I wish Allison were on here because she was our second highest in sales and it was her first month. So I'm so excited for her. I know if you guys remember, she posted a couple things in our group, that she was so excited when she got the egg cooker and the thing, like, look what I got. This is so awesome. So I was so proud of her in her first month, hitting the 1,500. Everybody that has stars by their name, they got free products in the sell-a-thon. So congratulations. And we had 7 consultants over $1,000. So yay, nice job. The letters out to the back of the number, that's what team you're on, either Abbott Solar or Hospitality, just so everybody knows who's connected to who. And then our directors, some good months there as well. So congratulations. I'm just so thrilled that we had December still a good month because, taking 2 weeks off and still having a good month, that's pretty impressive. Can you all see this? This is a half of a postcard for Green by 15. So I will post a picture of it. I hope there would be more people in the call. My postman gave me this in an envelope that said, we're so sorry that your mail got torn, but they returned this, but they only returned my part of it. My note that would be normally like right about there is not there. So someone didn't get their postcard for being Green by 15. You did not get it, Deb?
I did not get one.
Okay.
No, wait a minute. You sent me a letter.
Was it in the letter?
I don't know.
Okay, double check.
I did get a letter.
Okay, then it probably wasn't you because
Probably put it in the letter.
in the letter. So I probably can go back and narrow it down and contact the people. But yeah, I just got this in the mail like Saturday. So anyway, fun. But congratulations for a great month. Just a quick overall, we don't have to say it out loud, but think, how many are you planning to book for the month for parties? How much sales? And sometimes that varies. You might say, I want to do 8 shows, or I want to hit 2,500. It kind of depends. But I think if you hit 8 shows, that kind of takes care of the other goal too. And then how many people are you hoping to bring in? Looking ahead to February, that is a really cool special. You guys excited about that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's pretty big.
Yeah, both of them.
I mean, they get both. So I'm just really excited to offer that. And then Stoneware and Rock Cracks for the host. So good month. And spring launch, February 3rd. Empower is for advanced directors or above. Emily, I'm probably not going because it's the weekend before you're due. So I'm thinking I'm staying home from that just in case. It's non-refundable, or I might have gone ahead, but I hope everyone is going to look at this last one. National Conference, July 8th through 10th. It's a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We will plan to get there on Tuesday night. They even told us that today, that the general session is Wednesday morning this time. And it will end by 2:00 on the Friday. So yes, it means taking 3 days off of work. So if you do have a full-time job, start thinking about that now. And then we'll work on rides and rooms later. So I think that's it. All right. Any questions? I know it's just the beginning stuff. It's commercial for The Bachelor. So thanks you guys for being on the call. I would love to have a one-on-one with all of you guys, actually. I know Emily and I kind of talk fairly often anyway, but Elizabeth, I'm sure your brain's going 100 miles an hour thinking of what your life is going to look like in about 3 months, right? So
For sure.
So I think just that whole contacts, if anything, start there with a notebook and as many people as you can possibly just squeeze in the free moments that you have, and just sending those words out. My son is in cold call business. He's in sales. He just cold calls and cold calls and cold calls and gets mostly nothing, no replies. But once you do, and this, you've done it, you get those couple good shows, and that's what you need to keep the ball rolling. So you've got a bigger motivation than ever right now, I'm sure. So, and Deb, you're a senior consultant as well. So are you thinking director?
Very rarely.
Okay. I mean, if it's not a problem, but if it is, you're poised to move there. So anyway, and Elizabeth, I get a hold of Mary Ruth and see if she's, ready to get back in a little more. And then you're on the trail also already. So, all right. Thanks for being on. Any last questions or anything? I sure appreciate you guys being on here. I texted Valerie to find out if she's okay. So we'll see. But have a great month. We'll see you in a couple weeks. And if you want a one-on-one call, let me know now, or when I put the post out. I would just love to, chat for 15, 20 minutes, just one-on-one with just your goals and not in front of everybody. So, all right. See you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks for being
Bye,
on.
guys.
See ya.